I'm Dr. Susan Wegman, and I'm the Associate Dean of Digital Learning and Innovation at the University of Mary Hardin, Baylor. So we are located about an hour or so north of Austin and about 2 hours south of Dallas. And I've been here for 3 years, and we have had a CBE program for 5 years, since 2016. We have actually two programs. One is our RN to BSN, and then the other one is a Bachelor of Applied Studies in Organizational Leadership. So we selected the RN to BSN program because doing extensive marketing analysis, we noticed that in this area of Central Texas, there was a shortage of nurses. And our strongest program on our campus is our BSN, but we didn't have an RN to BSN. And so it really filled two different weaknesses that I think we had for our RN to BSN degree. So it made sense for us. For the organizational leadership, we decided that having extensive conversations with our community leaders and people across campus even, we realized again that folks were interested in the degree completers anyway, were interested in a business-like degree that would offer them opportunities for promotion, for maybe even better pay. And when it all boiled down to it, the organizational leadership degree was a really good fit for us. At UMHB, we have our CBE programs are designed for 6-month terms, and it's an all-you-can-master flexible paced. So students are able to not only fulfill their part-time or full-time course requirements, they can also add on courses. So it's not just the Wild West, however. We do have a student success coach that leads students through their program. So they are definitely guided and advised, and our costs right now are $3,250 for a 6-month term. And again, within that is all the courses they can master. So we've had the students typically take one course per month. And so by the end of 6 months, we expect them to be about 6 courses if they're really highly motivated. We have had other students complete maybe even double that amount for a 6-month term. But traditionally, typically we have about 1 course a month, and it seems to work really well. Students can accelerate their courses in terms of the time, but we don't offer any kind of prior learning assessment and things such as that. Now, our RN to BSN program, I think, makes us stand out because they have to be practicing RNs. So we have several courses that are in escrow, and because they're practicing RNs, we know that they're doing these certain things, and so that counts toward their degree. But in terms of an accelerated program, no, we don't offer that. Our programs are fully online, and we do offer OERs, open education resources. And so we actually have a designated librarian that's our OER guru. And managing that has been interesting because we find that, when links break, it's typically a student at maybe 10 o'clock that will find the link that's broken. And obviously we're not open at 10 o'clock at night. And so what we've come to the conclusion, we've got a student worker at least 3 times a year that goes through every single course, every single link. Must be a really exciting job. And they identify the links that are broken. And then as soon as we find a link that's broken, we have the opportunity in our software. We use Fidelis software to present the programs. It's called a minor edit. And so it's very easy for us to go in and make the edit. We connect with the subject matter expert, and we don't make any decisions at the administrative level about the links that are broken, but we certainly do engage our subject matter experts. They give the final approval, and then it's really easy to update the links. So we have OERs firmly in place, and the students love that. That we have in our CBE programs are basically 100 miles or so radius from our campus, again, Central Texas. We also know from data that our average age is about 37.2, I think. So we're definitely hitting our demographic target that we were identifying, our adult learner population. And we found that with our programs, we wrote the courses with an adult learner in mind. And so the activities they do, the assignments they do, we're expecting them to have those kind of experiences as well. And this relates really well across campus because we are a very place-based institution normally. It's a very traditional place, which is wonderful. We have the beautiful red brick, we've got the trees, we've got the football games, we have all of that in our, I hate to say normal, our regular education programs. However, their target demographic is the traditional student. And so what we make the case is that we're not competing at all across campus. And when we approach students in terms of coming to our My Way degrees, which is what we call our CBE programs, we tell them, okay, this is different. This is not across campus. However, students in our My Way programs have access to all of our resources. They can even come to the gym, they can come to football games, whatever, but we also offer things like our writing center and even some of the spiritual help that we provide all students. And so I think it's a great synergy between our CBE programs and then our on-ground face-to-face programs.
That is
Our favorite thing really is to gather the data on our graduates. And so to date, we've had 38 in our organizational leadership program graduate and 20 in our RN to BSN. Our numbers are relatively low, but that I think matches the capacity that we have. We're always hoping to grow more. But we do have a total of about 100 students at this point in our programs, and that's both of them. But again, our favorite thing to do really is to connect with them again. In about 6 months or so, we do the traditional exit interview right as soon as they graduate. But then in about 6 months, we send out another survey, and we love to get those results back because usually they're telling us things like, you know, they've gotten a promotion that wouldn't have been available unless they had their degree, or they were able to make more money because of their degree. And so it's just an exciting time to think about this adult learner, and the opportunities that these programs provide is just life-changing. For our RN to BSN students, the major hospital that's in this area, Baylor Scott and White, has now said all the RNs will get their BSNs. And so they've got a really big, you know, motivational factor. But again, we love to get those stories back from them because we really feel like it tells our story. And that is, we really want to impact the adult learner. We want to have people see us as those that can help prepare our adult learners. So the strengths of our programs on campus would be that all of our curricula was developed by in-house, on-ground faculty, full-time faculty here at UMHB. And I think that provides a sense of continuity, consistency, systematic development. We're very proud of that. And it also has built in this buy-in. So I don't have to go out knocking on doors for folks to want to teach in the program because they have a vested interest. They, a lot of times, have either produced the course themselves or they're telling their peers, listen, I wrote this really great course and it's in this program and do you want to teach it? So that's been a really big strength that my predecessor actually put in place, but I'll definitely reap the benefits of that. We also consider it a strength that we're a faith-based institution. And so not that we focus on religion in every course, but we consider it, you know, just an honor and a privilege to talk about what it means to work out your faith in these particular degree programs. And again, we do have several religion courses, but it's not in every course, but it is certainly permeates the whole atmosphere of our degrees. And the fact that we're small, we do have designees from all across campus. In fact, we have some full-time folks that work just for My Way. And I was very happy to find that out because we're small, I didn't expect that. So for example, we have a full-time recruiter, we have a full-time student success coach, we have a full-time financial aid coach, and then we have part-time other folks that come along beside us and they know. So for example, our registrar is amazing help. And you can imagine that's a very important partnership to have. So we have collaborative meetings every month. And because our program and our campus is rather small, our students, you know, tell us that they're treated like individuals rather than numbers. In fact, I just had that conversation last week. I was helping to enroll a student and I guess I replied back very quickly, but I mean, I was online and her question came in, so I replied back very quickly and she wrote back, thank you, because I've been waiting on an answer from another institution for months and you replied back so quickly. So those are some of the, I think, the major strengths that we have.
Excellent.
From the latest AIR research, they talked about most of our CBEs have 40 or less. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I think
Yes.
that was pretty interesting.
You're one of the big ones.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
We're about the 5th largest on campus. So, which
There
is
you go.
it's also kind of nice because we do have that cachet.
Yeah. And then
Yeah, it offers, in fact, I'm over all of the institutional accreditation. And so for NC Sarah, it is the largest portion of our state reciprocity numbers because they're fully online. So some of the opportunities that we have and some of the challenges that we're facing, one of them that comes to mind is our marketing. I wish that we had a marketer very quickly. I just made it part of one of our new hires. So social media marketing, as well as what we might call regular marketing. So that's something that I think has been a challenge for us. I know that other CBE programs are bursting at the seams and growing and growing and growing. And that's not our story. We also, I think, have right now a lack of a scope of degrees. So we have students that'll call, asking for particular degrees that we just don't offer. So, but we're building. Our next degree will probably be a worship leadership degree. So we have organizational leadership, and now we'll transition to worship leadership, which means there'll be a piece of that that's withdrawn from the organizational leadership degree, and we'll put in the piece that is involved with worship. And what that has enabled us to do then is make some really nice synergy between our colleges of business and our college of, we call it visual and performing arts. And so that's one area that we're going to grow in, is the number of programs. We've also now begun offering certifications, or actually pre-certification courses. We just launched a CAPM, Certified Associate in Project Management. And what this involves is the College of Business came to us and said, we'd like to offer this pre-certification course, but we want students to have flexibility. We don't want to be constrained by semesters. And because in one of my other hats I wear is the online director of all of our online courses, I said, hey, have I got a degree for you? And so we started talking about what My Way looks like and how the CBE platform might really be helpful. And so again, we launched the CAPM about a year ago, and we are planning on developing 4 or 5 other courses. We also have under development with our traditional College of Business. They, again, wanted the flexibility of, non-traditional semesters, self-paced, flexible paced work. So they're developing now 2 business concentrations as we speak. One in data analytics and one in nonprofit leadership. And the beauty of these is that they will be embedded into their degrees. And so we're using the CBE idea, the CBE way, and the platform to help our across campus College of Business. So I'm really excited about that. But a weakness or a challenge in that respect is communication. And we have an incredible leadership in place in our College of Business, because the one person leading it, in fact, in particular, is so good about sending out emails and connecting with us. And I think it would be a huge problem were that communication piece not in hand. So, those are some of the things that we have in terms of weaknesses and areas of challenge.